All right, we're coming down to the final two. Andres Nava, let's give it up for him.
Good evening, everybody. Bear with me, I just finished a Monster Energy, and it's kicking in right now. So, who am I? I don't know. But what I can tell you is we're going to talk about my passion for music and how that's been the only constant throughout my whole journey. I do wear a lot of hats throughout the day. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm a business owner, and I'm an immigrant. I was born in Venezuela, and I'm proudly to say that I'm an American as well. Yes. I love Creed, and I drink Monster Energy. So, my music journey, I think my wife is mortified about it. Okay, so I started playing music when I was 12 years old. It made me feel so good. I probably had ADHD undiagnosed. You know, everybody probably had it at some point. But I was very happy to see that I could focus for 5-6 hours into one thing and really grind and practice. And one of the things that really, before I continue, there's not a lot of pictures. And I wanted to start off by saying that sometimes when you're an immigrant like me, you can only just take a few things out of your home. And we didn't have fancy iPhones when I was growing up. I'm a millennial. We had probably like a BlackBerry, and I don't know where those things are. But anyway, so that's why you won't be able to see a lot of pictures of myself. Thank God. Music really teach me discipline, you know. And I learned early that talent is not enough. If I wanted to get better, I had to practice for hours, repeat the hard parts, and keep going even when progress was slow. For me, my first win, I went to Montana as an exchange student. Yeah, believe it or not, I didn't land on the pretty part of Montana. I went to the flat part of Montana where nobody knows where it's at. But it was life-changing. I actually won the state competition for Best Solo Performer playing the guitar. And yeah, thank you. And then after that, you know, I started college. I did actually enlisted in 2 careers. It was my music, college, and also business. Guess which one I didn't end it? I had a very firm mom, so she made me finish business, which I'm very grateful for that. But I did understand that my music education was going to keep going outside of the classroom. The previous picture, I always got myself in good trouble down there in Venezuela. And for me, all the musicians that I admire, they always fought for something. They have a truth to fight and a story to tell. And for myself, I enlisted in too many organizations down there to fight against the dictatorship in Venezuela while I was playing music as well. Back in Venezuela, I formed a band. We were young, hungry, and full of belief. Music gave us an identity, community, and purpose. It was not just something we did on the weekends, and I felt like we were building a future together. And as a matter of fact, in that path of being a musician, it always helped me to connect with a lot of people, you know, that I probably would have never connected with, and connecting with different communities. And at the night of the September 2013, that was my second biggest win, where we opened up to a big band down there in front of 2,000 people. And that for me was like one milestone that really pushed me to keep going forward with the music. However, everything changed really quickly. A few months later, I had to flee my country. Again, I got myself in good trouble. And I've been protesting against dictatorship, and the situation got a little dangerous. So one season, I was on stage in front of 1,000. The next, I was leaving home. So I was given 2 options. I was either going to go, I was studying jazz at the time, and I was given the option to go either to Florida, boo, or New Orleans. And I was like, well, there's jazz. And I heard Bourbon Street too. So I was like, jazz. Okay, so I chose New Orleans. And all these decisions that I've made thus far, it was based on my pursuit for music, you know. But even then, I told myself when I got to New Orleans, I mean, this was still a part of the journey. I didn't know how, I did not know where, but I refused to believe that my music career was over. I carried my love for music with me like a small fire. But eventually, life got fuller. I worked my ass off to be able to be somehow independent. I got married to a beautiful wife. I kept building, I kept moving forward, and I may have hidden from her that I was a musician when I started dating. And from the outside, I mean, life looked productive, but after a while, I realized something important, that I can be functioning, responsible, and busy, but still disconnected from yourself. And the hard truth came in when I was like, okay, there's no Andres without music. And I had a lot of conversation with her about it. And that's when I decided to rebuild this dream here in Lake Charles. And I started the band, Ian and I, Cats and Aliens. And thank you. And a new dream has become, just took a new shape, a new form. And for me, just helped me to redefine success. Because sometimes we artists, we think like the big picture, If we don't get that big picture, then it's done, it's over. No, there's a lot of colors within that realm of that palette, And I mean, I'm not here to say I'm successful at it, but in my world, I redefine success, and I really feel happy to be part of this community and play festivals. When I was a little kid watching The Offsprings on the MTV or whatever, I was like, well, hell, one day I would like to play in the U.S., and in front of people. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm still here. By the way, that was a picture I was taking a weekend ago, and I beat my father-in-law. I just caught 2 fishes, and he caught none. So, but all of this to say, just to wrap it up, music is not something that I just do. And just PSA, like sometimes a lot of artists out there, sometimes your community might say, and it just grinds my gears. Oh, but you can have music as a hobby. God dang it. That minimizes sometimes. There's nothing wrong with hobbies, but for us artists, sometimes that's like, no, it's not a hobby. It's more than that. It's the reason why sometimes we wake up, and it's the reason why sometimes I got to play every 3 days for my mental health check. And anyways, my thing is that if you have a passion and you hold on tight, you never know where it's going to take you. And look, I'm talking in front of y'all, and just because I've been, very passionate about my music, and here I am. So thank you, guys.
Okay, Andres, I vote that next year you have to bring your guitar with you. All right?